This is a confirmation. This is your yes. Hello and welcome to the Manifest on Purpose show. It is now time for another business reading. Today, the angels are going to get all up in your biz, and we're going to talk about it in just a few. But first, I want you to know that today's show is brought to you by Astro-Numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 Astro-Numerology app. I'm going to read the forecast. It is Monday, May 26th. The sun is in Gemini. The moon is in Taurus, moving into the new moon of Gemini at 1:21 this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. It's a 5 universal month, a 9 universal week, a 4 universal day. Today is likely to have its moments of ups and downs, metaphysically speaking, when you at least expect it. That's because of the planets of Saturn and Uranus are making a transit in the heavens at the same time, leading to possible misunderstandings as well as odd, unusual, and unexpected events that seemingly come out of nowhere. So where finance and romance are concerned, especially today, it suggests not taking anything or anyone for granted despite their best intentions. That is, if you want to end your day on a pleasant note, look for an Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, and those born on the 1st, 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, or 31st of the month to help you over those possible landmines you may encounter. Once again, that is the Astro-Numerology forecast. We're going to jump into this business reading, but before I do, I'm going to explain for those who are new what this really is. This is a business reading, and I'm using the Oracle deck entitled Angels in Your Biz. This is one of my old school favorite decks, and I'm going to be reading collectively for business owners. And don't get it twisted, it's not just all for businesses. There may be personal messages that are also included in this oracle reading. In addition to reading the oracle card, I will also be reading the numbers on the card, and I will have a reading for those birthdays 1 through 9. You can find your birthday number by taking a look at the day you were born on. Whatever that single digit date is, that is your birthday number. However, if you have double digits, according to the Vedic system in numerology, you add those together until you get a single digit. Also, I will be reading the master numbers 11 and 22. And after each reading, I will give an advice card. And this advice card comes from the deck Trust Your Vibes by Sonia Chakwe. And what we're doing is we're just reading the energy of your business for the week. And like I said, don't be surprised if some personal matters may come up in this as well. So we're going to get started with the universal reading. And the universal reading means that this reading is for everybody. And if you're listening to these readings and they seem to resonate with you, please drop it down in the comment section. Please let me know that it hits close to home for you. And if you're interested, you can also go to Kimbaley.com to get a more in-depth reading. Okay, first card is jumping out at me. And this is a 2 energy card. This is the number 20 card. This is the cornerstone card, and I call this card the cornerstone card because it is the very first card in the reading. Now, what that means is it's a significant card because the theme of the reading will come from this cornerstone card. So, the energy that I'm hearing is it's a yes. The answer is yes. So it's saying launch time. It's now time for you to get those things that you have been pondering on, procrastinating on, those things that you really want to do. You may be kind of on the fence about it, but now is the time for you to go ahead and do what it is that you got to do. And the energy that I'm feeling, because this is two energy, two talks about you being very intuitive. You already know that it's time for you to do this, but for whatever reason, you've been procrastinating and putting it off. And that's another thing a two can do as well, can procrastinate and put things off. When you think that I have time to get this out of the way, this energy right here is saying that it's time to go ahead and do it. The 20 is the awakening. So that means that it's time to bring this thing to the light. It's time to go ahead and launch whatever it is that you've been cooking up. Whew. And the number 5 card comes out here and it says, get outside and take a breather. It's like you've been inside, you've been consumed with all of this information, all of these plans you have for what you want to do. However, you haven't really shared it yet. You haven't really put it out there yet. It's time for you to step outside of self and get into your networks. Get into networks of people that can help you get these things going. And this right here has a lot to do with your communication as well. So this right here is letting you know that you need to let people know what you're doing. I hear don't hide it under a bushel. You know that old church song, This Little Light of Mine. And so it's saying don't hide it in a bushel. It's like at this time, you've been procrastinating so long and you've been dragging your feet for so long. It's just like maybe it's because you are afraid to bring it out into the world, and you could be kind of afraid of what other people saying. And this can very well go in your life as well. This might say that it's time for you to get out there and it's time for you to do more things. It's time for you to move around. And this 5 is here is letting you know that it's time for change. It's time for change. The next card is the 33-6 card. And it's saying change is, the card says pivot. But when I think about the word pivot, I also think about change. It's number one, I feel like whatever you're holding on to, it could be very well something that can change the lives of others as well. But right here, I'm feeling the pivot. It's saying that don't be afraid of moving forward. Just learn how to pivot. Learn how to rely on your intuition, because number 6 is an intuitive number also. So learn how to rely on your intuition and pivot whenever things are necessary. These cards seem like they're setting you up in order for you to get that yes that you're looking for. It's saying, yeah, get out there. And just remember, if something happens that doesn't go the way that you want them to, you can always pivot. And this is saying, tune into what feels good to you. You know what feels good to you and what does not feel good. And that's why it's so important to listen to your body, because your body will tell you what's right for you and what's not, what's best for you and what's not. So listen to your body, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition at this time. Yeah, because you got this. The number 31 4 card is here, and it says you're on fire. Everything is working exactly the way that it's planned. And it's because it's a yes, whatever it is that you want to do. Stop creating all of these limitations for yourself, because now is the time for you to get out there, and now is the time to bring this thing, whatever it is in your life, into the light. This could be for your business, this could be for your career, or this could be with your family or your friends, or any part of your life that you feel this energy. This is where it's at for you. And we're going to go to the Trust Your Vibes deck, because we already know that it's a yes. So we're going to see what the advice card says about these cards as well. It's a yes. So that means I'm expecting great things from all of you. All of you. Stop procrastinating, holding on to stuff. You just don't know. And that's the energy that we need to think about as well, because you just don't know how there may be something that you're holding back that people really, really need. Really, really need. And the 22 4 card is here. And that's interesting because the 33 4 card is here. Now, the 22 card is here telling you to meditate. So, what this energy is like, step out there. And it may be feeling new for you when you first step out there, because that's not what you're normally doing. Step out there, because the number 2 likes to be in the background instead of in the forefront. But when we think about the number 4, it's interchangeable with the number 1. And if you think about it, it makes sense. The word even says forefront, so the 1 is interchangeable with the 4, and the 1 tells you to be out there. The 1 tells you to shine, and the 1 also makes you magnetic, but this 22 4 card is saying, as you build, don't forget to meditate, because this meditation is going to help keep you grounded through all of this. We already talked about the sensitivity that may be happening at this moment. Well, if you ground yourself, then you can prepare yourself from the energies that surround you. So when you go out and you network with these different people, you're grounded in who you are. Wow. So we're going to move on to the number 1 card. That is, if you're born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, the 28th of the month, or come under the signs of Leo and Aquarius, you are a number 1. Number 1, this is the 30 card. And this is saying take a leap of faith. And because this is the 30 card, the number 3 card, with the 0 behind it, the 0 is going to add value to it when it's behind the 3. So we're talking 3 is already expansive. So this is not just take a leap for you, number 1. This is take a huge leap. You're going to have to do something that you've never done before. But make sure it's good things now. Make sure it's not anything that's going to get you in trouble. But it's saying, this 3 card is saying that you have to raise your belief. What do you believe in? A lot of things that is holding you back from what you really want is your belief system. There are certain things that you don't believe that you should have. And no one understands that that is a mindset that you're going to have to overcome at this point. You're going to have to face that because it's time for you to go ahead and launch this thing right now. And what it's saying is that the procrastination is coming from the fear and your lack of belief. It is saying you have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, then you need to have exercises, whether it's meditation, and speak these things into existence. Use affirmations to build up your belief. Watch videos of people who are doing things and come from the same background that you came from, that were able to do it in a big or grand way, so that this can motivate you to raise your belief. Because one other thing that I'm feeling from this card is you can do it. And the advice card is be flexible. And this is the number 4 card right here. Be flexible. And a lot of this may be believing in the power of who you are. There are certain things that you may not even want to do because you don't believe that you can do it. But this right here is saying, be flexible. Do those things that you think that you were not able to do. Make sure that those things you're afraid of, you challenge those things. Be flexible. Be flexible. Do more than what you've already been done, or do something different than you have previously done before. Be flexible. We're going to move on to the number 2 card. Born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th of the month, you are a number 2. Or if you come under the sign of Cancer, and you got the number 18 card, which is a 9, and this is your opposition number. It's gratitude. It's saying give thanks for what you have. And I'm hearing here counting the small wins, because number 2, this right here is your opposition. This is your opposition card. And what I feel is that you're looking at the big picture. And you're like, when am I going to get the things that I want? When is it going to be time for me to launch? And even though we already heard that it is now the time, but what this is saying is that you're going to have to increase your gratitude. But I'm not saying that you're not grateful for the whole situation, because you're looking at the big picture. And yes, you're in gratitude, but you're missing a lot of small wins. Like it's little bitty things that happen. And sometimes it's like we can't see the journey. We're on the journey. We can't see the journey. It's just like the same reason why we use a mirror is because we're in the body. We can't see the body without a reflection. So the energy here is sometimes it's small things that's happening that you don't even take note of. That's kind of building. It's the building blocks of getting into that big thing. The energy that I'm feeling is this project or whatever you've been working on for all of this time, to you, it feels like you haven't gotten anywhere. But if you could only see, if you could only see those small things that you couldn't even see, that is playing a part of helping you or guiding you to the grand plan in your journey. These little pieces are the things that you need to focus on. And a lot of that is going to be awareness. When you look at your finished product, you're not going to be able to believe how much you've done, because all you've been looking at is the big picture. But also be grateful for the small things, because even though they seem too small to play a part, I bet you they play a huge role. And the advice card, same thing. You got to be grateful. You got to be grateful. And this is the 52-7 card. This is saying dig deep and be grateful, because there may be some things there that you don't even recognize on the surface. You got to dig deep for this. These things that have been happening to guide you to where you want to go. And I think that what it is the energy that I'm feeling is that the whole while you'll see something that you've done and you'll say, yeah, it's okay, but I could have done better than that. That's not being grateful. It means be grateful for that moment, even if you knew that you were able to do more, because you put forth the effort. And guess what? This effort is going to pay off, because the answer is yes. Okay. So if you are a number 3, born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month, or come under the sign of Sagittarius or Pisces, you are number 3. And you got the 19 card, which goes to 1, integration time, plan to rest, find that work to life balance. Sometimes you feel like you have to continue working. This is the 19 card, which is 1 and interchangeable with the number 4. The 4 believes in work. When you look at the number 1, the 1 is a fire sign, so that's work, action, energy right there all day. But what this is saying is you need to include in your time to rest, because you need rest to make it to the next step. And if you don't take that rest, you're not going to be able to continue until you get that proper amount of rest. So although work is important for you, it's also important for you to remember that you need to rest, so and especially if you go ahead and do it, now is the time. This is yes time. You need to go ahead and take that rest, because once you get started, who knows how big this thing is going to be. So you're going to need a proper amount of rest. Okay. And this is saying pray on it. This is another one of your cards, and this is, no, it's not. This is a 31-4 card. This card says pray. And to me, the energy that I'm feeling from this card is prayer. It's one of those things that can also be considered rest, because it's a mental rest, because you're not focused on the work at the time. You're focused on your prayer. You're focused on going within. So make sure that you look at it in different ways. We're going to go to number 4, born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or 31st of the month. Or if you're under the sign of Aquarius or Leo, you are a number 4. Soulmate contract. This is the 43-7 card. It says your dream clients are in your heart, number 4. And this goes back to you attract who you are. So if there's a certain type of client that you're trying to attract, you need to pay attention to the energy that you give off. And since we're talking about soulmate clients, one of the things that I want to say too is who you are is who you attract. That's important to know, because everything that you do your energy, the way you present yourself, 9 times out of 10, those are going to be the people that you attract. And what I've noticed in my business, which is kind of interesting because now I'm also practicing business numerology, I've noticed that most of the people that I attract as clients are usually um, connected to my zodiac sign, connected to my birthday number, or either life path number. So it's important to know that whoever you present yourself as is the type of people that you attract. So it's very important for you to do unto others as you'd have them do to you. And also, if you're curious about that, check out the free consultation so you can learn about how you can find out who your target audience is. But what this is saying, you become who you want to attract. And the 28-1 energy is here. And this 28-1 energy is letting me know for you, number 4, is that if it's not right for you, oh, I'm hearing protect your space. Protect your space. If it's not right from you, walk away. Walk away. Oh, this is so interesting. This is good. And you have to know, and that's when it comes to listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. But if it feels like it's not the right person, then walk away. What it's really saying, it's good to have peace of mind. It's good to have peace of mind. So some things are not worth dealing with situations that you don't want to deal with. Some things you're just going to have to walk away from. And what I'm feeling from this is 28, the 28 card. This is important because the 28 card is a number of contradiction. This number really speaks to be careful or be mindful of those that you trust and even the things you trust. So with the number 28, you're not just going to sign any old contract. You're going to do your due diligence and making sure that you read it no matter how small the wording is. Also, this has something to do with the people that you deal with. You know, be mindful of the fact that you may not be able to trust everybody. And you also have to be careful of the people that you give your money to, those people that you have do things for you, a job for you. Maybe it's an employee or something like that. But this represents um, being divorced, because they call it the divorce number, also being divorced from your finances. So it's important for you to pay attention and be aware of those that come into your life. So you got the soulmate client here is saying that that dream client that you want, you manifest that, and you manifest that by becoming that. And you also make sure that you're paying attention to the people that you attract, and you're doing the best you can to protect yourself from these people. Okay, so we're going to move on to the number 5, born the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month, or come under the sign of Gemini or Virgo. You are a number 5 and 25/7. I like this for you, number 5. It's talking about wealth. You're surrounded by abundance. You're about to pop. It's time for you to go ahead and do this thing now. If you're worried about whether it's going to bring abundance into your life or not, there's no need for you to be worried about that. I'll just tell you right here. This means that whatever you do is going to help you grow. So make sure that you go into that believing this. This is how you're going to get abundant. And because this card is here 25/7, I'm also hearing a part of the plan needs to be continued research, you know, to into this wealth, and some of the research could be, what are some of the things you're going to do with this amount of abundance or this amount of wealth in your life. And part of this is, what can you do to increase revenue? That's what I'm hearing. Make sure that you're doing the deep research in that. And it's time for you to go ahead and do that while things are in the beginning stages and you're just getting started. Make sure that you set up a plan for how it's going to grow for you, how it's going to expand. And sleep on it. And this is a number 5 card. Also, this is a number 5 card. So this right here is saying, sometimes you're going to have to sleep on it. The information that I'm feeling from this is, I'm hearing that at night, write it out on a sheet of paper and maybe put it under your pillow and leave it there until you get a dream that aligns everything with that. Let me tell you, you can get information from your dreams. When you're in that dream world, you can get that information. And it's because, all the information is here. All of the information is already within you. It's a collective consciousness. This information is just swirling around for everybody, but you have to be aware enough to pick up this information. So if you have to put this sheet of paper under your pillow at night and go to bed and dream about it, this may be the best thing for you to do. And it makes perfect sense because this is the 25 card, and the 25 goes to the number 7. And the number 7 rules weird and unusual dreams anyway. So it will not be anything unusual to have a dream about this plan, your plan of expansion. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe you're going to call it that, your plan of expansion. Get some sleep, it's going to change things for you. And we're going on to the number 6, born the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month, or come under the sign of Libra or Taurus. You are a number 6. 14, you need to be using your creativity to visualize. And what I'm seeing is, maybe you need to draw or paint. Number 6. I'm really seeing painting, and it's no different than someone who sits down and create a vision board. You sit down and you get the little paint set and you paint out your vision. You paint out your goals and your aspirations. Paint a beautiful picture, or maybe if you're not able to do that, you can also take pictures, take photos, or look at art or something like that that brings up the energy of what it is that you want to do. But get creative and begin to use the power of your vision. See it and then be it. Become it. And the advice card for you, number 6, is call on your healer guys. Tap into your spiritual side is what this is really saying. And this is a number 5 card. It's telling you to change. It's like this spiritual side of you is there. This creativity is there, but for some reason you haven't tapped deeply enough into it. So this right here is saying, so the energy that I'm feeling is like, it's been something before that has kind of changed the way that you view things, changed the way that you see things. And so what you're going to have to do moving forward is you're going to have to make a change. You're going to have to determine that the way you view things from now out is only going to be positive. So we're going to move on to the number 7, born on the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th of the month. You are a number 7, or if you fall under the sign of Cancer, you are a number 7. And this is the number 1 card. It says branding. You are a unique snowflake. And what this right here is reminding you that no matter what everybody else appears to be, no matter what everybody else is out here doing, there's something different about you and people like it. So whatever it is that is different about you, don't consider changing that for anybody, because you are attracting that soulmate client because of your different. I like to tell people a lot of times they want to know, what topics do they talk about in social media and things like that. And to me, the most important thing that I can say is be authentic. Talk about the things that you love to talk about the way that you like to talk about it. Because what happens is when you do that, when you be authentically yourself, then you attract the people that love that. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but for those who are your true tribe, for those who truly get you, they will ride out. And I would like to know if there's anybody here that feels that way. Don't feel afraid to put that in the comment section for me. Yep. And it's a few of you already know. But that's the fact of the matter. You may be different, but it's that different that other people like, and you shouldn't change to try to be what anybody else wants, or you shouldn't change to try to please anybody else. Be your authentic self, number 7. And woo woo is wonderful. And the number 1 card is, do you know the energy I'm feeling from this? Woo woo is wonderful. When you be yourself, it feels so good. It feels so good. Even if, not everybody understand it. It feels so good because you feel comfortable. You feel good in your own skin. And then when you look at the celebrity industry now, it's like you see people one way in the media, and then when you see them in real life, it's a total different story. But whenever you come through authentically, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry because you're already authentic in yourself. And that's what your tribe loves, number 7. So we're going on to the number 8, born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month. You are a number 8. Woo! Approved. It says you are enough, and you got your card number number 8. You got the 26-8 card. So this is your stamp of approval. This right here is saying you forget everything anybody has ever said about you. You are enough. You are perfect just as you are. And that right there doesn't need any further clarification. But I will give you an advice card. The 16-7 card here says, come call on your joy guides. The energy I'm saying is just be thankful to know that you're approved. It's a yes, number 8. You are approved. Okay, no matter what you thought at first, so it's time for you to celebrate that. It's time for you to be happy about that. And we're moving on to the number 9, born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of the month. You are a number 9, or come under the signs of Aries and Scorpio. You are a number 9. Social media. And this is the 42-6 card. It says your guides will create the strategy. The energy that I'm feeling from this is you be who you are from the heart. What people don't know about number nine, some people forget all about this part. The number nine really is growing towards being a humanitarian. So the number nine has a big heart as well. And we have to think about the fact that people need to see that sometimes. Don't feel like you're being too vulnerable to show people the best or the better side of you, because that's what's going to draw people in, because they see that you really care. Sometimes, number nine, you may come off as aggressive to people, but a lot of times the things that you're aggressive about, it's not that you don't care. It's the fact that you care so much. You're so passionate. So let the world see that passionate side of you that resides within you as well. And the advice card is you'll receive instant feedback, and this is the number nine card. You'll receive instant feedback. You will begin to see a difference. So in your profiles, or how you treat people in your personal life or on the job, begin to allow people to see that side of you. Be just a little bit vulnerable and let them see part of your true essence. Let them see that you are just passionate. That's who you are, number nine. And what you're going to do then is you're going to get instant feedback. So if you're in business, show this on the media, you know, make sure you can be, who you want to be. But every now and then, don't forget to show that passion to others. Okay. So now we're going to do the master number 11. If you're born on the 11th or the 29th of the month, or if you come under the signs of Leo or Aquarius, you are a number 11. 40, and this is the the four card. Inspiration. It's your purpose to shine your light. Number 11, we're going to talk about what we talked about closer to the beginning when we talked about the 22. No, when we talked about the number two. A lot of times you want to be behind the scenes. You want to be behind the scenes, 11. You don't want to be all out in the public. There's a lot of people that are master number 11s and they rather not show their skills and talents. But this right here is saying that your purpose is to shine your light. Now, especially when we look at the number 11, and as we said, Leo rules the master number 11. So when we look at the one and the one together, we think about the fact that each one represents Leo, and the Leo likes to be out in front, likes to be in first place. So you are really outside of yourself when you don't shine your light. Your light is here for other people to see. So make sure that you're shining your light. And this is the number 4 card. And that's interesting too, because when I think about the number 4 card, because the 1 and the 4 goes together. And even that, to me, how I read that is a part of the number 1 is to be out front, but the number 4 is calm and reserved. So maybe sometimes you have to practice being out in front, being in the spotlight, but don't forget the side of you that needs to be reserved and preserve your energy. And we're going to go on to the advice card, which says, mm, it's the number 29 card. It's telling you to decide. 29, and this is the 11. And the energy that I'm feeling is because with the master numbers, I'm taught that you have a choice. Either you can live as the master number 11, or you can live as the plain old 2. Now, the number 11 has a higher vibration and a higher purpose. That's why some people opt out of the master number, because there may be more things that they have to deal with. But this right here is saying you need to make a choice. Do you want to live as the master number 11 with the higher purpose? Or do you just want to be in the background as that too? The choice is yours. And then we're going to move on to the master number 22. If you're born on the 22nd of the month or fall under the sign of Aquarius or Leo, you are a master number 22. And you're not going to believe this. Number 22 got the 22 card. That's what I'm talking about. So what I'm seeing right here is this right here is in tune. So that means whatever has went on in this reading today, this right here is like a stamp of approval for that too. So this is just like confirmation for me. And it's networking, it's connecting with others. And I definitely do believe that, because with the 22, 2 deals with relationship, and then we got 2 twos here. So that's a double dose of relationships. That's a double dose of working in groups right here. So what this energy is saying, connecting with networks, connecting with networks. And hey, I'm here. So I'm all about connecting with networks as well. So make sure that if you are that 22, that this is saying that you need to be connecting, because remember, I told you, and when you add that 2 and that 2 together, it breaks down to the number 4, and number 4 is reserved, or the number 4 likes to be to themselves and sometimes in their head. But what this is reminding us is that sometimes you got to come out of reserve in order to network with others. And now is the time for you to begin networking if you have not been doing so. And if you have been doing so, this means to kick it up a notch. Make sure you step it up with your networks. The number 11 card is here. That's crazy, right? Another master number comes up for the 22. Okay, the number 11 talks about play. And that's the benefit of this network, having people that you can work with, because all of a sudden, work doesn't seem so hard when you got people helping you do the work. When you got people that's pushing you forward, or people that you're pushing forward, where it's a shared exchange of information. When you can collaborate with people, it's fun. It's fun. It's better than just sitting there being in your head all the time. So play. And that means really just be out there with them networks and exchanging information, because you never know what someone can teach you that may help you. Okay. And so basically, what it's saying today is, if it's been so long that you've been working on a project and you have decided that You don't know when you want to get started on this thing. Sometimes you may have put it off for so long that you can't even remember exactly what you were going to do about it. It's time for that to stop. If you've been waiting for a yes on moving forward with a business idea, a business service, a business package, moving forward with anything in your life and in your intuition has been telling you for the longest time that it's time for you to do it. If you feel this message straight to your gut today, then it's time for you to understand that this is not just a message for you, but this is a confirmation. This is your yes. The answer is yes. That's basically what this message said today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an affirmation. Strive for progress, not perfection. This is the energy that I'm feeling. A lot of people may be working towards perfection. You don't want to release it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to move forward because you feel like it's not perfect yet. You feel like it's not the perfect time. You feel like you don't have the perfect tools. You feel like the person is not perfect enough. But the question you should ask yourself is, when will anything ever be perfect? I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.